Hello friends. One of the main foundations in my work is what we call self-development. Ultimately, self-development is just growth. It's just learning as a human. It's what life does. It's what happens naturally. Most of us will learn throughout our lives and change. Some of us will become better versions of ourselves. Others just change. And some don't change. Some will cling so vehemently to whatever version of themselves that they have, that they stagnate. And those are the ones that, no matter what happens, they will insist on their views or their version of things. But it's not fun. We don't want to be that person. Growth and change is life. Everything in nature grows all the time until it doesn't, and then it dies. Stagnation is not life. So, willingness to change, willingness to grow is a necessity, it's a prerequisite. And the main fuel, the main driving force for change is experience. It's not theoretical knowledge. Our societies are very obsessed with theoretical knowledge, and we spend a lot of time in school and in university to gain theoretical knowledge. And theoretical knowledge is good for some things, but it rarely provides what is needed for change. It's only through my experience that I change. For example, in relationships, it's when I see who I am in relationships, that's when I begin to wonder what is going on with me. Or I see that I get upset for the wrong reasons, whatever example we want to use. It's knowing that I can change. It's my willingness to look at that and I want to be better. That is what I'm talking about. It's experience that gives me this. An experience comes from paying attention. I can't learn from my experience if I'm not present with it. So especially like in a family setting, for example, we are so stuck in our roles that we often don't change in a family situation, whether it's the family we grew up with or the one we created. We think that we know who we are and who the other people are. For example, as a partner, we have a partner and we sort of already know what he or she are going to say. So we don't even listen to his or her words, right? Just as an example. We are not present. We're not paying attention. We're not really listening outwardly or inwardly. Then change doesn't happen because we are not experiencing. We are preoccupied with our own inner world, with our own inner interpretations, convictions, beliefs. So learning to pay attention, to be present, to listen, again, is another prerequisite. It's a necessity for change, for growth, for healing. And we need to listen to our surroundings, but most importantly, we need to listen to ourselves, not to the voice in the head. That's something we listen to all the time, and it's giving us a lot of interpretations, and it's creating havoc in our lives. What I'm talking about is to learn to listen to the body and to the emotions and to intuition. We also need to learn to listen to our thoughts, but from a place of distance, from a place of curiosity, not identified with, not thinking that my thoughts, what they describe is truth. Is to listen to them from a place of, that's just another perspective. And, there's the opposite perspective directly afterwards. then we start to understand ourselves a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And to listen to our emotions, what emotions are triggered in different settings. To question those emotions. My anger, what is actually going on? Am I truly angry, or is my anger trying to hide something from me? Trying to cover and camouflage something? How about my happiness? My smile, is my smile genuine? Is it authentic? Or is it a smile that hides something? Self-development happens through curiosity and deep listening and presence with ourselves, with our own systems, with our signals. Life does it anyway, but doing it consciously accelerates our change. And that is what most of us truly, really want. Because we don't want to be stuck in this misunderstanding. We don't want to be stuck in our limiting beliefs, our habitual responses. And we can do it alone, but it's way more effective to do it with other people. And we can do it through workshops and challenging ourselves in a setting that is about finding boundaries, finding limitations, bypassing a no that is not genuine, that is about psychological safety. Or we can do it through self-exploration, but using other people as mirrors. This can happen in a therapeutic setting, or it can happen with a person like me who has a coaching role or a teacher role. And when I do coaching, or when I work with people, it's not about me providing a perspective. I don't have the truth. The truth is irrelevant. It's about the expression in the individual. And I don't have the answers for what your true expression is or how it looks. But I can mirror to you your misunderstandings. I can mirror to you your limiting beliefs. I can show you where your convictions hold you back. I can suggest to you, could it be fear that is present in you right now, despite what you say? Or I can ask you, is there a more free way in you to show up with this situation in your life? Do you have to follow your habit? Do you think there is a different view of this, a different explanation? I can question you to the extent that you are willing, to your capacity. And I say this because we all have defense mechanisms in ourselves. It's a long story. It comes from our childhoods. It's there to provide us with a sense of safety, a sense of being good enough. So we've learned to distance ourselves or push away what will threaten that feeling of safety. And that feeling of safety is about being right, it's about being someone, it's about recognition, it goes on and on. And we can notice that defense system when we get defensive, when we defend ourselves, when someone questions us and we start to challenge that and say, no, you don't know, you don't understand me, you don't see me, you don't care about me, whether it's verbal and coming out or if it's just an inner process of me thinking this, experiencing this, pulling away. So our capacity to not be controlled by that defense system is really key when it comes to our development, to our growth. Because if every time our defenses stop what is going on, it makes me lose presence. It makes me stop listening and paying attention, and to close off and go into myself, into my little bubble, into my little truth, into myself, into my aloneness. Then I'm not available to be touched by life, and I'm not available to be touched by other people. I'm not available to learn, to receive information. So for me, as a coach, as a guide, what I can provide, what I can give, what I can support, ultimately comes down to the other person's ability to stay open. I do my best to be safe, to create a space where everything is allowed, everything is held, everything is welcome, nothing is judged, nothing is looked down upon, nothing is rejected. But I can't control how someone else is able to stay present. Because once I challenge something, it will create it will trigger the defense structure. This is just how we all are. This is what I've been through. I still have this. My main ability, the greatest shift in my growth as a human being came when I cracked this system, when I learned to discern the sound of my defense system. Because now I know that whenever that sound is here in me, whenever the energetic structure responds in a specific way, whenever thoughts take a specific pattern, it's like, okay, that's just my defense system. I don't have to listen to it. I don't have to follow that impulse. I can stay present. I can continue to listen behind it. I don't have to pull away. I don't have to object. I don't have to shout and scream. I don't have to get afraid. I can stay here with me, with what is triggered, with the danger signal. The signal in my biology that says there is danger to my being, to my existence, to my, ultimately in this context, there is danger to my self-image, to who I want to be, who I want you to see me as. So this is the great key, because once we learn to discern how our system stops present, stops listening, stops our ability to pay attention, and we learn to go beyond it and stay present, despite what our system automatically tries to do, then it accelerates our growth. But I don't control someone's ability to do that. But I can provide support and presence and as much safety as is possible in this setting. And ultimately, my role is to help you deconstruct the beliefs that keep you small, that keeps you confined, that holds you back from living your subjective personal life to the fullest. It feels like freedom, because when I'm not held back by my own fear, when my beliefs are not keeping me stuck in a small inner world, but the boundaries and the walls expand and my human existence becomes richer, I feel more free. And this is what we all long for. It's freedom in life. It's freedom to do what I want to do. It's freedom to follow my impulses, to go and participate in something that I thought about as a child and then put aside because of some thought, someone else's thought or my own thought that it wasn't good enough or not worthy or not important and doesn't generate income and all these things. But think back to when you were young, a child, in your teens or in your 20s. What made you feel alive? What turned you on? What made you excited? It's still there in some version of you. Freedom comes when it doesn't matter when we're able to follow these impulses regardless of our habits that keep us limited as individuals. No one can do it for us. The only person that can provide freedom for you is you. The only thing that holds you back is you. Your beliefs and your habits and your views. Whatever you're physically capable of is available if you wish for it. If you're dedicated to make it happen. If you're willing to dream. And if you're willing to go beyond your comfort zones and to challenge the signals, the habits that say no, 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 no. Not there. That's dangerous. That's not good. Other people will look down on you. You will be judged. And this is where someone like me comes into the picture. Because I can point the way. I've done that work. I have found that freedom. I have become able to express my potential, to not be limited. And I'm still doing the work every day. Every day the signal comes that says, and every day I'm like, yeah, but that's not it. So the question is then, who do you want to be? Who are you really? And are you willing to look at what's holding you back? Truly look, take it seriously, feel it, go into it, lose yourself in those limitations so that they will inform you, because it's through the experience of our boundaries, our limits, our fears. We need to experience them, be present with them. We can't think them, we can't know better. We can't read a book that says this and then something changes. That's not how it happens. Things happen and change through our experience, through our presence, through our doing. But it's challenging. It's challenging to be present when everything in us says no. And this is where we need to admit to ourselves that we need support. We are human beings. We exist in groups. Evolutionary speaking, biologically speaking. We never did anything alone. We are part of a group. So it's in relation that our growth truly happens. So, friend, if you feel called, if you feel inspired by this, if you feel that I may provide something for you in your growth, if you wish to explore this in one way or another, get in touch. I'm here. This is what I do. This is my role now. After doing all that work on myself, after all the exploration, after going deeply, deeply, deeply into everything that I didn't want to experience and into everything that I did want to experience, I come back out on the other side and I can support people in doing the same. That's why I'm here. That's what I love to do. That's the meaning of my life. And I love doing it. So if you wish support from me, I'm here for you. I've got you. Get in touch.